What's up, YouTube? Strictly Offense here. Hope everyone is doing well, and today we are going to be talking about the Apex Legends Season 6 review, and this is my first ever video on YouTube that is not a stream replay, so please bear with me. Anyways, let's get started and jump right into the video. We'll start off by talking about the new legend Rampart. She's a defensive-based bunker down type legend, similar to Watson and Caustic, but instead of gas traps or electric fences, she's going to be deploying amplified cover for her and her teammates. Let's start off with her passive, which is going to give her more shots per mag in LMGs, that being the Spitfire and the Devotion, and for the L-Star she will be able to fire it longer before it has a cooldown. So that's her passive. She's better with LMGs. Jump into her tactical ability, the Amplified Cover. This is her bread and butter. This is what makes Rampart kind of a viable legend. It just allows her to put up cover wherever she wants, and it will be able to amplify basically the same as the disruptor rounds on the Sentinel. It amplifies her and her teammates' shots when shooting through it, and the other side of her cover blocks the first 5 shots of enemy fire before it destroys that, but you'll still have the bottom base of the cover. And her ultimate, Sheila, lets her place down a mounted LMG with a ton of shots, ton of fire. It's very inaccurate though. Strong, but very inaccurate. I don't really see this ability being very good for an ultimate, but she can place up to 3 of them, and once you put down 3 of them and you have good chemistry and good communication with your team, it can feel a bit oppressive and overpowering. 1 by itself isn't very good, but 3 of them is way too much. I think something needs to be done about that. They need to rework it a little bit, because 3 feels oppressive, 1 feels like nothing. So if you have a good team with you that knows what they're doing and you have good communication, she's very strong, but just by herself or with some randoms, it doesn't feel fluid at all. So overall, Rampart will be good for a pre-made squad, but if you're going to solo queue with her, she's not going to be that strong. Pre-made, very strong. Solo queue, kind of eh. So there's that. Now let's talk about the Volt, the new energy weapon, Energy SMG. It is very strong and is going to need a nerf for sure. But I would rather that than needing to be massively buffed at the beginning. Similar to how the L-Star came out, it was very weak, it was useless, they didn't really know what to do with it for a few seasons. But like when the charge rifle first came out, it was overtuned, and then they brought it down to relevancy. I think the same thing's going to happen with the Volt, because right now it is just absolutely shredding everybody, and if you're going up against a Volt and you don't have one, it doesn't feel like you're ever going to win unless you're facing someone who's bad. So if you see a Volt, be sure to pick it up or ping it for your teammates if you already have one, because it's good. Alright, now let's talk about the map changes. I was really hoping for a new map this season. We kind of got Olympus teased before in the quests, but we did not get the new map this season. But they did change up World's Edge a little bit, and it's kind of refreshing. I do like the changes. I really like Countdown and Staging. The other one, Launch Site, I'm not that big of a fan of. I think it's too far off of the map. If you land there, you get punished by Circle. It's just kind of similar to Dome. It feels like you're just running the whole match. But Countdown and Staging feel good. I really like those places. Very good loot at Countdown. Staging's kind of mid-tier, but there's a lot going on there. I like the changes. They definitely feel a bit refreshing. Wish we would have got that new map though, but I guess we'll just have to wait for next season. Now let's get into the new armor changes. I know a lot of people do not like the armor changes, but personally I like this new Evo armor. I'm a fan of the time to kill being lower, but with that being said, I think something needs to be done with the gold armor. I understand they want the gold armor to be a little less than red Evos, but with it healing, with a shield cell healing 2 charges and the gold armor having 3 charges, it feels like you're kind of wasting a shield cell when you need to replenish your golds. Needing 2 cells for 3 charges instead of 2 for 4. They need to kind of rework the gold armor. I don't know exactly what they could do or what I'd like to see, but I hope something is different there. But overall, I am a fan of the changes to the armor in the game. Alright, now let's talk about the new global weapon, the R99, and the Devo coming out. Devotion coming back onto the ground. It needs some nerfs. It's already been nerfed once since I put this video out, and it's going to be receiving another one. It needs it. With the time to kill being lower, the Devotion is just absolute monster. It shreds. It's stronger than the Volt when kitted, but just feels very oppressive. So many shots, you can't get away from it. And the R99 doesn't even feel like a care package weapon. It's still very strong, but it doesn't have that care package Devotion, Kraber, or Peacekeeper feel to it. The Volt honestly feels just as strong as the R99. So I think the R99 needs a buff, and the Devotion needs to be tuned down a bit, probably lower some of the damage and mag size, because with the time to kill being lower, the Devotion absolutely eats. Really, energy weapons as a whole kind of feel stronger than everything else. The L-Star with its massive cooldown, especially when playing Rampart. The Havoc, when it gets that turbocharger, just can dominate the assault rifle class. The Devo and the Volt are just by far the strongest weapons in their class. Energy weapons overall kind of need a little bit of a nerf, not a huge one. The Devo and Volt need a big nerf, but energy weapons as a whole need to come down a little bit. And let's get into crafting stations. Crafting stations are a new little thing added to Apex Legends. Kind of eliminates some of the RNG aspect out of the BR genre. I'm a big fan of the crafting stations. I like this a lot as it does eliminate a little bit of the RNG without it being too powerful. It changes up daily and weekly. You'll see it in your menus. They'll put in different guns, armor, attachments. You won't be able to pick these things up off of the ground while they are in the crafting station. So if it's in the crafting station for that day, you're not going to be able to find it anywhere on the ground, but that means you'll find other stuff. If you were to find that 301 on the ground, but it's in the crafting station for the day, instead of a 301 there, it could be an alternator, it could be a Volt. But if you want that 301, you just collect the crafting materials. You'll see them. They're around crafting stations. They're little blue extraction devices. You just get enough crafting materials and you'll be able to buy all that stuff. There's usually some pretty good stuff in there. Definitely check that out. It is good to see that added to the game. I like it a lot. You also get 5 crafting materials for every crate you open, every supply bin. So be sure to open those supply bins. Make sure you get enough crafting materials to get those items that you want. Now let's talk about the major buffs to 2 legends, Bloodhound and Crypto. We're not going to get into all the buffs and nerfs of every legend in this video, but the big ones for sure. We'll start with Bloodhound. His passive, they have added Pathfinder's passive to Bloodhound and Crypto, where you can scan a survey beacon to find out the next ring's location for you and your team. That was a minor buff, but the big buff is to his ultimate, and it is huge. It makes him just a monster when he has his ultimate. His one-on-one, one-on-three potential escalates so high. His ultimate's already pretty powerful, but now they've extended the duration of his ultimate when you get kills and knocks. Instead of adding a few seconds, it adds a lot more. From 6 to 12, I think it's 12 seconds now for every knockdown you get or kill you get. And he's able to use his tactical, which is usually on about a 25-second cooldown. Now he's able to use it every 5 or 6 seconds to reveal that area for your team, to know where everyone's at. His ultimate is very strong now. Probably one of the best legends this season with this new ultimate. Now let's talk about Crypto. Crypto is much more viable now. He's got excellent team utility. He's not a great combat legend, but if you're not great with gunplay, this is a legend I would recommend picking up, because he just brings so much to the team utility-wise with his drone. His drone finally feels pretty useful, as now he can instantly respawn teammates that are dead with his drone at a respawn station, as well as his new passive, Pathfinder's passive, instantly find the next ring when hacking a survey beacon with his drone. He just feels much better, much better. He's still not the best, but he's probably the best as far as team utility goes now, up there with Lifeline and Gibraltar. Alright guys, well, that's going to be it for my Season 6 review on Apex Legends. I would love for you guys to let me know in the comments what you think, what your opinions are, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It'll help me out. Remember, this is my first YouTube video, so I don't really know what I'm doing yet, but bear with me. Gonna be doing some rankings of every character and what I think about them in future videos, breaking them down, all that stuff. Hope you enjoyed this. I will just let this ride out and let you guys enjoy the end of this game now, and I will see you later. Thanks again.
Charging my shields. Putting up some amped cover. Well done, mates. We're inside the next ring. Hello, Sheila. Oh, they've never seen a girl like you. Giving my shield. Amped cover for you, mates.
Round 5, beginning ring countdown.
Reloading. Took down an enemy. There's a fool, mates. Killed a Blanca.
Powerful slaughter of the enemy. Scanning the area. Less than one.
The leader has been appointed. You are the Apex champions.